Thank you. Did you do your breathing treatment yet?
Continues shortly, here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Being young protects us kids from a lot of things.
Like paying bills. And boring meetings. Blech.
But there's one big thing being young doesn't protect us from.
That's COVID.
Since August, COVID has made an average of 100,000 kids a week sick.
But now, kids 5 to 11 can get a vaccine tailored to give us the best protection.
For me. For us.
For our kids.
We can do this. Find a vaccine near you at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
The new year is here, and so are the new Toyotas. So visit your dealer and reserve yours today. Like the all-new Tundra, redesigned from the ground up and engineered for uncompromising power. Or explore the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, offers end January 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Partly to mostly sunny skies with a high near 32. The overnight low of 22 under partly cloudy skies. Going for your Friday, temperatures should climb into the low to mid-20s under mostly cloudy conditions. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Live from the Robinson Auto Group studios, this is the Valley's longest-running morning show, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe from WKKX and WVLY.
Hey, happy good morning to those of you watching us on our video feed. We have a video feed out of the home studio that goes to my Facebook page for sure. Sometimes the Watchdog Facebook page, and I do get some texts and people say, we can't pull you up on Watchdog. Yeah, we're kind of fighting with Facebook a little bit over that. So if you can't get us on the Facebook page of the Watchdog, then you can try to get us on the Facebook, not try, then you can get us on my Facebook page and watch the video there. Always the video feed resides at watchdognetwork.com, so you can watch the video feed there. And, of course, our YouTube channel has it for you as well. But I see a lot of folks checking in this morning on the video feed, and good morning to y'all for being there. Thank you for watching. And, considering it's, me, the fact that you're watching is means, I don't know, it means something. I'm not quite sure what it means, but it definitely means something. 8:11 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Just dropped my official pen. I'll have to lean down and get that in a minute here. It's a colder morning this morning than it was yesterday, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Aaron says we'll start the day off with lots of sunshine and very cold temperatures. But the clouds will move in this afternoon, get some snow late this evening. The temperatures will rise up to about freezing. A little bit less than normal, but not bad. Right now, it's cold. It's cold as the morning has moved on. The temperature has moved down 5 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. The feels-like temperature is -4 at the airport. 0 degrees Bupkis here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. Must not be any wind out there because the 0 degree temperature reading feels like 0 as well. And it's 2 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. And that, with a little bit of wind, makes it feel like -1. So basically, single digits, low single digits around the valley with just a little below 0 as our feels-like temperature. So that's what we have to look forward to today, weather-wise. A lot of business I want to contend with in a minute or two. The Capitol Report, going to talk about the American Lung Association's tobacco report, particularly how it applies to West Virginia. U.S. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer resigning. President Biden will probably be able to get his nominee passed. I would think so. We'll talk about all of this with WVU political science professor John Kilwine later on this morning. West Virginia's COVID hospitalization numbers are reaching an all-time high. The National Guard helping out at Wheeling Hospital. Mask debates continue to getting nasty around the country. We'll take a look at a couple of those. And a guy who is harassing kids over masks out in California, all part of our COVID conversations. Plus, later on, a mystery space signal, the McPlant, and MILF Monday. Yeah, I did say that. All of that's coming up this morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. But first, let's see what's going on down in Charleston. Jeff Jenkins is here, as always, with the legislative update, our morning Capitol report.
This is the Metro News Capitol Report, brought to you by...
Okay, I just sent you a text. Disregard that then. Yeah, it was.
Marks. Kiss died in November. He served 18 years in the legislature and as revenue secretary under Governor Earl Ray Tomblin. I'm Alex Thomas for Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
8:16 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Again, temperatures roaming anywhere from 0 to 5, depending on where you are here in the upper Ohio Valley. Although Aaron told us, what did he tell us it was in, where was it, Caddis, 12 below? Someplace like that?
Yeah, it's when they've showed the feels like, it's been anywhere, I think, now it may have changed, but I've seen, I think, -7 to maybe, I thought I saw like a -12 or -13.
Yeah, I know. He said someplace was -12. So, gee, it makes my 0 here at the home studios feel warm.
It's a heat wave.
No, it doesn't. It's, like Aaron said, there's a point at which it's just cold. 1 below, 12 below, with feels like, it's just cold. It's just cold. All right, let's. Every year, the American Lung Association comes up with their State of Tobacco Control Report. They look at tobacco usage and tobacco programs, tobacco expenditures, and so on across the country. Issue their report, and we get sort of a big overall picture, and then we get individual states. To help us talk about that a little bit this morning from the American Lung Association, their Director of Advocacy, Molly Piscianto, to talk about this report. Molly, good morning. Welcome to the show. Give me the big picture first. I mean, as you look at the whole report, is America getting better, worse, or about the same as far as its tobacco usage and tobacco control?
Hi, good morning. Yeah, it's great to be here. No, we did see some really great news as far as, nationwide with this year's State of Tobacco Control Report. This is our 20th annual report, and it shows significant progress in reducing tobacco use over the past 20 years. In fact, we saw an overall 35% decline in adult smoking rates from a little over 21% in 2003 to 14% in 2019. So that was really exciting, but that's not to take away from, we can't backtrack on the success that we've made now, because with this new generation of tobacco products like e-cigarettes, that just shows how much more work that we need to do. But we have seen significant progress and some good news as far as, federally with this State of Tobacco Control Report this year.
I'm an old guy. I came up through the ranks. Well, first place, I was never a smoker. But I came up through the ranks where everybody went out under the bridge at my high school and tried a couple of cigarettes. That's what you did. That's what the kids did, right? It was all cigarettes, maybe a little bit of chew, all right? But the options are much larger for kids today, right? I'd say kids today. I shouldn't say kids, but the options are much larger, period, today, right?
Yes, and that's what's really concerning. The tobacco industry sees, okay, smoking rates are declining, so tobacco products, like you said, cigarettes and smokeless tobacco, or while they're becoming less popular among teens, they've come out with a whole, slew of all the other kinds of products, various types of e-cigarettes. There are, you have the pods like Juul, and now you have, when those were removed from the market temporarily by the FDA to go under review, then you had new disposable e-cigarettes coming out. And of course, these all stemmed from the original electronic e-cigarette that looked like a regular cigarette, a combustible cigarette originally. And now you have thousands of flavors. I believe there's close to 15,000 flavors just among these vapes or e-cigarettes. So it's really concerning to see how badly they're trying to get another generation hooked onto tobacco products.
Molly, are vaping and e-cigarettes as dangerous as tobacco cigarettes, traditional tobacco cigarettes?
That's a great question. So while they may not have as many toxins that you might find in your typical combustible cigarette, less harmful doesn't mean harmless. So they are still very harmful with, they're not recommended to use as a quit smoking device, and they're definitely not recommended for for youth to ever start using products. In fact, while we know some of the chemicals that are in e-cigarettes, like propylene glycol and things that you might find in antifreeze or other ingredients that cause popcorn, a condition known as popcorn lung, we don't know everything that's inside of them because the FDA isn't really regulating them as they should be. And we also don't know the long-term effects because they haven't been around nearly as long enough as cigarettes. It wasn't until the 60s even, of course, that we know that the U.S. Surgeon General came out and said, these cause lung cancer. So who knows how many years it will be before we start to learn what e-cigarettes will do in the long term.
Yeah, it's all new stuff, and people, we're still trying to get a handle on it. All right, so the tobacco report that came out this week has some positive news to it in the macro picture, the overall picture. But let me ask you to bring it closer to home here in our great mountain state, where invariably when it comes to health issues, we love to roam around in the basement. How did West Virginia do?
West Virginia, unfortunately, didn't fare great when it came to the grades. We did receive another failing report card with 4 Fs and a D. So 1 passing grade, but just barely, and that's when it comes to smoke-free workplace laws. And in comparison with other states, we are among the worst graded states, but we are not among the worst in the nation. So Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Virginia also received similar report cards, but then there were several other states who had all Fs in all 5 categories. So, but for now, we can see clearly that we need to continue doing more on this report card with 4 Fs and 1 D.
So our only passing grade was in the smoke-free workplace area. That was a D, barely passing. I remember the kids who would always say, I passed. Oh, you got a D, dumbbell. But anyways, it was in smoke-free workplace. But we do have some. Ohio County, in which we reside, is a smoke-free workplace. There is an anti-smoking regulation in effect here with a couple of exceptions. So there are some places with it, but the other thing concerns me, a little on-the-ground concern I have, is I sense from our legislature maybe an effort to try and roll some of these smoke-free workplace laws back. Not only do we need more of them, but I sense that some folks would like to roll them back in this everybody has a right to their own lives attitude that we have these days.
Right, and that's one of our concerns too, especially as we've seen, attempts to make it so that counties couldn't pass stronger laws than the state itself. So I also work in Pennsylvania, and it's really challenging there to, if you want to pass a stronger clean indoor air law or smoke-free workplace law, it has to be statewide, right? But the nice thing in West Virginia, which is why, we at least have a somewhat passing grade, that there are stronger smoke-free workplace laws in specific counties because they have the ability to do that. And, our concern is, like you said, seeing these rolled back or making it more difficult to either implement or strengthen current smoke-free workplace laws. So that's why this is one of the topics mentioned in the report that's so critical for us to pay attention to and ensure that we, preserve that local control of smoke-free air laws throughout the state to protect not only the patrons of these businesses, but also the workers, protect them from the dangers of secondhand smoke.
We have talked a lot on this radio show in the last week since the legislature went into session. There is a very distinct movement afoot inside the Republican-led leadership of this legislature to usurp the authority of local entities, trying to usurp the ability of school boards to put mask mandates into effect, trying to usurp the ability of cities to create more progressive anti-discrimination laws than the state. The state doesn't want the cities to do that. And really more in the last couple of years has been because of the COVID issue, but real efforts to take control of the health board's decision-making power as well. So it is a real trend in this state, and I find it a very frightening trend, that the state wants to set the standards, and they tend to be, in my mind, not the best standards possible.
Right, you're absolutely right. It is really concerning, and like you said, it seems to stem from COVID. The start of the pandemic originally, it led to several states throughout the nation. It sort of became a popular thing to make it so that, localities didn't have the ability to do what they needed, what they thought would be best for their own communities, because, the state wanted to be able to have the power. And it is really concerning to see that. And that's something that we want to work on and ensure that that doesn't continue to happen,
1D, 4Fs in the categories that you rate for West Virginia and for everybody, but in West Virginia, 1D, 4Fs. What recommendations do you have, does the American Lung Association make, looking at the numbers that we have in West Virginia, looking at where we are, how do we get to a better place?
Sure. Seeing the adult smoking rates, still some of the highest in the nation, as well as the e-cigarette use rate among youth, and seeing where we're at in terms of the categories measured in this report, it's really critical for us to, one, properly fund and increase funding for state tobacco prevention and cessation programs to ensure that, we have the resources in place to help people who want to quit, and then also prevent youth from ever getting started. And then we also want to, again, like we were talking about, preserving that local control of smoke-free air laws. And then another proven and effective method to reduce tobacco use overall is by increasing tobacco taxes and equalizing those rates across all tobacco products. And there's concern of, increasing the product for people, the tax for people, but if the funding from the revenue from those tobacco taxes was earmarked for tobacco prevention programs, that could solve, a couple of issues, kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. But then also in the other couple categories that are measured that are also still very important are coverage and access to services for people to quit tobacco, and then also ending the sale of all those flavored tobacco products we were talking about.
Well, we've got a long way to go, but unfortunately every year when I talk to you folks about this report that comes out, we seem to make so little progress. It's depressing to me, maybe not to the tobacco industry, I don't know, but it's depressing. It's depressing to me. I appreciate your time this morning. I appreciate the work you guys do, and I don't know, maybe next year we'll get two things that won't fail. I don't know. Let's take small steps, I guess, huh?
Yeah, we can hope, definitely. Hopefully by the time we talk next year, we'll see some improvement for sure.
All right. Hey, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the work you do. Thanks for joining us this morning. Have yourself a great day.
Absolutely. Thanks so much again for having me. You have a great day as well.
You too. So the
Bye.
American Lung Association's annual tobacco control report comes out. We talk to them every year when it comes out. I don't know why, but if we could replay the last year and the year before and the year before, we always, how do I phrase this politely? Well, suck when it comes to
I think really the only thing that may change, and I think Molly mentioned about 3 other states that received bad grades, and Georgia was one of them, which is down in the South. So
yeah.
I think probably other than maybe change the order of 3 states, you could just keep running the same thing every year.
Yeah, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Virginia, she said, are below us. So that's good. And we're, but so maybe next year it'll be Georgia, then West Virginia, then Pennsylvania. When you're down at the bottom, it doesn't really make any difference whether you're 4th or 5th. You know what I'm saying, Biff?
Yeah, it's kind of like the temperatures. I mean, it reaches a certain point where what's really the big difference?
I don't understand, And again, I mean that literally. I don't understand smoking. I understand it's addictive. I mean, I understand that the nicotine itself is actually addictive, so that's a big issue there. But, when I was in high school, as I said, we all went under the bridge at Philadelphia High School. Now it's been demoted to a junior high school, of course. It was a high school when I was there. It was a tough one, by the way. We drove past that trying to explain it to Teddy this week. Said, that's where Granddaddy went to high school. And Teddy said, Granddaddy, the high school's up on the hill. Well, yes, but when I went to school, this was my high school, but now it's a junior high school. Granddad, what did your school do wrong? It's just hard to explain. Anyway, but we would, listen, did I take a puff like everybody else? Sure, that's what you did. You went under the bridge, and somebody's got a pack of cigarettes, and hey, you want to give one a try? Sure. Now me, I said, yeah, light me up. And I said to myself, are there people who purposely put themselves through this? I mean, I don't know how you get addicted. I know what addiction is. I mean, I know what, but how do you get it? How do you put up with the horrible feelings you have when you smoke until the addiction kick? I don't understand it. I don't. Yet I know people who can't give it up. If you and I both do. I don't mean to criticize them. I mean, I do, but I recognize that they've got issues. Would you agree with this, Biff? Most people that I know who smoke know they shouldn't smoke.
Yes, and I think they try and find ways, but what seems to be the problem is they can't find just like the one way that'll help them quit. It's more like it's a combination of things, and I think if there were just one, that yeah, I mean it would be easier for them to quit.
Yeah. And of course, I understand it. I intellectually, tobacco is nicotine is an addictive substance. Your body craves it, so I get the addictive part of it. And then there's psychological addiction. People smoke. You go out to a bar and you're having a few drinks, and everybody is smoking. Well, I guess they don't do that anymore. Back when I was, of that age, everybody was smoking, and it was really easy just to grab, say, can I steal one of these? Because everybody's smoking, you start smoking. So there's a psychological addiction to it as well. All right, but I don't understand it. I just wish we didn't have people who had, and it's interesting, Biff, I have found over the years, more people quit smoking than I know. Well, they start looking at how much smoking costs them financially, then quit smoking when they realize smoking could kill them. It's the money that makes a bigger difference. Holy crap, I started counting how much money I spend on cigarettes. My Lord, I didn't realize I spent that much money. They quit. Show a picture of lungs deteriorating, and here's Joe Sammy who died of lung cancer because he was a smoker. So, yeah, that's too bad. I feel bad for them, those ugly lung pictures. But they keep on smoking. Show them a pot of pennies that they save by not smoking.
Yeah.
Whoa, I want the money.
Show the bank account and see how much difference it could make, and now we're talking.
Exactly. All right, 5 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. Feels like -5. 0 here at the home studios. Feels like 0. No wind outside. 2 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios in downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. That feels like -1. A note from some of the friends up in Dillonvale. -9 in Dillonvale.
Is that regular temperature, or is that the feels
Apparently
like?
it is, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they're up high. Probably get some wind, so yikes.
Yeah, imagine what
-9 in Dillonville. Thanks for your text on that. The rest of you can text me. Text me the temperatures where you are. It's always good to get sort of a range of temperatures. 304-214-1600. Tell me what the temps are wherever you may be. Also, although part of it makes me hungry, I kind of enjoyed looking at the classic Eggs Benedict that one of our listeners texted this morning. You want to text me a picture of your food? I can't eat right now, so at least I can look at it. Maybe that's it. 8:36, 24 till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Coming up, 10:06 today, Hoppy Kirchhoff is back. I think I mentioned earlier, I talked to Hop last night. He had to spend an extra day at home in quarantine, but he's done with his COVID quarantine. Hop is back to business today on Statewide Talk Line, and he's coming back with a vengeance. Among his guests, U.S. Senator Joe Manchin, who talks to Hoppy and almost nobody else. Senator Manchin will be on. I'm sure they'll be talking about, among other things, the Stephen Breyer resignation. Maybe the Democratic Party in West Virginia's decision to endorse the Build Back Better bill, which Manchin still isn't on board with. So Senator Manchin kicks things off today with Hoppy Kirchhoff. COVID update from CAMC, Charleston Area Medical Center, this morning. Chris Steyerwald's in. The bromance will continue. The House passed a bill lowering the price of insulin. Big deal. Delegate Barbara Evans Fleischauer, who's running for the Senate this time, will be up to talk about that. And our buddy Brad will be in. Brad McElhaney with an update from the legislature, plus Tony Caridi and Brad Howe on the WVU Oklahoma game, which was not good for WVU, right, Biff?
Another slow first half for West Virginia. Tried to come back in the second half, but fell by 10. And now the losing streak is 4 games in a row for the Mountaineers. I believe it's 4. If it's not 4, it's 5.
Yeah,
but it's a starting to become a pretty significant long losing streak, and Huggy did not look happy last night after the game. So that's all you need to know.
I didn't see that. What did Huggy have to say, or did he?
You know what? I don't know if I didn't get to see the press conference after, but I'm guessing he wasn't happy with the officiating after the game because you could see him screaming at somebody, and I assume it was the officials. So who knows? But, yeah, Huggy was not in a good mood last night.
We'll find out more what Coach Huggins thinks tonight on the Bob excuse me 1 second, please. Let me try it again. We'll find out what the coach thinks tonight on the Bob Huggins show. 7 o'clock, Biffy? Is that right?
Yes, 7 o'clock for the Bob Huggins show.
All right. See, you got it without a problem. Tonight here on the Watchdog. All right, let's and coming up a little more on the Mountaineers with Tony Caridi. He's got the Mountaineer Report. That's only moments away, but first, let's check some headlines from our friends at the Big 7, WTRF TV.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from...
The actual is exactly.
I'm Tony Caridi on the Mountaineer Sports Network from Learfield.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy all types of real estate completely as is. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
You can listen to The Watchdog on your Amazon personal assistant. Just say, Alexa, play WKKX from TuneIn, or play WVLY from TuneIn.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
Went in behind a little birch tree and head. I reached down and got the bow positioned and found its horns and dropped down and shot it in the neck.
Whether it's hunting and fishing news,
it tracks real super well, but not with a 60-pound carp tied to the side.
Or just compelling stories about the enjoyment of the great outdoors.
How close did you let him get in before you let fly on him?
He was about 18 yards, Chris. He got turned in the right angle there, and I touched off the trigger, and when I hit him, he ran kind of up the hill, which scared me at first.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all. Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m.
And for your daily fix,
Outdoors Today brings you 2.5 minutes of news and notes from the woods and water every weekday morning. No one covers the great outdoors like Chris Lawrence. And Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
He has his say. You can have yours. Text us or call us and join the conversation. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
We had a couple of bizarre stories at the top of the show. If you missed them, just a real fast recap here. An employee of Dunkin' Donuts does it say where it is? No, it's not around here. But on TikTok, posting a video of himself giving a drive-through customer an extra $1 for her drink. Gave her her drink and a special $1. She said, "What is it for?" And he said it's for MILF Monday. Just a holiday he made up. He made up MILF Monday and was paying good-looking women with $1. Dunkin' Donuts says, "We do not have a MILF Monday," in case you're curious. Another story on TikTok, a woman reveals that her date, after they had a one-time coffee date, and then she said, I don't think I want to do this anymore. That was nice, but just, we'll just call it quits here. He sent her a request to Apple Cash him back the $4 he spent on coffee for her. Man, I haven't dated for a very long time, but that doesn't seem to me to be proper dating protocol. But there it is. Does it say if I don't think she sent the money back. So the guy wanted his $4 back for coffee. And by the way, since it was $4, we know he didn't go to Starbucks.
No, again, he probably went to the local cafe that's on the corner or some other place. I don't know, but yeah. No, because if he would have went to Starbucks, there would have been a 1 in front of that 4.
Exactly right. So he sent her a request. "Please Apple Cash me back the $4 I spent on your coffee." Yeah. And finally, on the TikTok front this morning, the story of a guy who says that every time he works the night shift, so he comes home about 11 o'clock in the morning. He always stops and gets a burger or something to eat on his way home. And his girlfriend, who lives with him, whenever he gets home and he unwraps the sandwich, she says, "Let me have the first bite." And after a while, he said, "Why don't I just bring you your own food?" "I don't want my own food. I want the first bite." And then after a while, he said, "How about this? I'm going to eat the sandwich, but I'll leave a little bit for you. I don't want what's left over. I want the first bite." Now, we discussed earlier, I believe that there's some kind of need for psychiatric intervention here. That's just my personal opinion. However, I did get a text at 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. Howard, how good looking was the first bite girl? What the implication is, if you're a really hot mama, you can get the first bite? I don't know. Now, Biff, here at 8:50 in the morning on the Watchdog Morning Show. Speaking of first bites, I would not have thought this is going to succeed. But apparently it has. The website Axios reports this story. The McPlant is being tested in several McDonald's restaurants. It's a plant-based burger. Now, they did a plant-based burger, 15 years ago or so? I forget what it was called, but they tried it. And I tried it because I thought, well, all right, it's worth it, give it a try. The advertising made it look good. It looked like, nice, juicy burger. It wasn't. It wasn't good at all for me. And they didn't keep it on the menu. So they're experimenting with the McPlant. This whole plant-based meat trend is a big trend. And officials from McDonald's say in the restaurants where McPlant is being tested, it's not everywhere, but in the restaurants where it's being tested, the McPlant has turned out to be 3 times more popular than they had predicted. Enough so, they're going to expand the McPlant to more restaurants, not to all the restaurants, but to more McDonald's restaurants around the country, and see how other folks are taking it. Earlier this month, Chipotle introduced some plant-based products to their Chipotle bowls. KFC debuted plant-based fried chicken, which just sounds terrible to me. I mean, plant-based burger sounds, but plant-based fried chicken? Holy mackerel. Burger King, of course, debuted what they call their Impossible Burger a couple of years ago. But McDonald's is the granddaddy of them all, and they say they were surprised. The McPlant is getting good purchases and good reviews.
Did it say
Would you
where?
try the McPlant, Biff, if it came to our area?
Maybe just to try it, yeah. But
I think I might be like that first bite girl. If I'm with somebody who's got a McPlant, I might say, can I just have a bite? I don't want to buy a whole one. I just like a bite and see. If I like it a lot, then I'll go get it. Obviously, I'm a meat kind of guy, and I'm just not a plant-based burger kind of. But even McDonald's says they're surprised. I mean, even the people who put it on say, we didn't expect it to be so popular.
I mean, does it say where they actually tried that?
I think out in out in California. Let me look. I think it's
okay.
California.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if California, if out in that area, they would like it. But McDonald's shouldn't be surprised if they try this in other regions of the country, and it fails miserably. Now, in certain parts, in certain regions, if you want to say, yes, I think it'll be successful. In other parts, it'll just fail miserably.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good point. I would guess. I'm just guessing. Maybe I'm wrong. I would guess in an area like ours, we're not big on plant burgers. No offense, I could name some people I know who are listening right now, who are about to text me. I can name them. I know who they are. All right, what's wrong with you? I love a plant burger. I know. You all go over to the, what did I call it across the street 50 years ago? The public market. What did I call that?
The hipster hangout.
Hipster hangout. They'll go to the hipster hangout and probably find a place, some kind of plant-based food. So I know we have people who do. I mean, I really do. But I can't imagine that, McDonald's in Elm Grove would do a big business in McPlants. I want to quickly say that is not what they're not talking about bringing it here yet. They're talking about expanding it to Texas, more in the West Coast in Texas than they are elsewhere. But they're going to see if it works. Again, when they did it once before, years ago, I tried it. I probably would try it. It was a broccoli burger. I wouldn't try it. a plant-based burger, I'd give it a try, but I can't conceive I would like it. Now, McDonald's also has, according to a story I found this morning, Biff, 4 new what they call menu hack items. This will be for a limited time, and it does not tell me if this is nationwide or just in certain stores. Let's see if any of these make sense to you, Biffy. These are 4 new things you can try. And there is a twist on this at the end. But the hash brown McMuffin. A sausage McMuffin with a hash brown inside the sandwich. What do you think?
I would try it.
I would try that. I like their hash browns. I like their McMuffins. I think the two are compatible. So, yeah, I would give that a try. All right, how about the Crunchy Double? Another offering they're going to have. A double cheeseburger with a layer of McNuggets on the bottom. Would you try it?
Yes, I would try that one as well.
I would try it, although I would guess I wouldn't be as likely to like it. The hash brown McMuffin, I can imagine myself liking and saying, yeah, let's do this. Double cheeseburger, a layer of McNuggets, I'm not so sure. But I would try it. Number 3, the surf and turf. Now, I love surf and turf, but I tend to think of a lobster and fillet.
Yes.
This is not that. The surf and turf is a double cheeseburger with a fillet of fish patty on the bun as well. And there's an extra middle bun, so it kind of looks like a Big Mac. You got a cheeseburger, bun, cheeseburger, and fillet of fish all on one bun. Would you try that?
We're 3 for 3.
Yeah, again, each one I'm a little less likely to try. I love the fillet of fish, okay? I mean, in fact, I'm thinking, that might be lunch today. I could use a fillet of fish. Well, I couldn't use a fillet of fish. I could use
2.
Multiple fillets of fish for lunch today. And I love double cheeseburgers. I'm not sure that they would go together on the same bun. But you could try it.
Wait a minute, that's what you
And
ought to do.
finally, in these new menu hacks that they're going to try for a while at McDonald's, the land, air, and sea. A Big Mac with 2 burger patties like usual, and then, as we mentioned, a filet of fish patty, and then a McChicken patty. Burger, fish, chicken, all together. It's kind of like a turducken, right?
I'd try it.
Again, I would try all of these. I'm not sure. I just don't know how the flavors would mix, but I'll try it. Now, here's the catch, though, on this, the little twist. These are called menu hacks. And again, I do not know if they're going to be at all restaurants, so I don't know if we'll have them locally or not. But the idea is when you order this, they give you the ingredients and you make the sandwich yourself. They would give you a chicken patty, burgers, buns, fish. You would go home and put them all together. So you would actually be you would make it yourself. I don't know. I don't know.
I'd still at least try them.
Yeah, I'm with you. They have all the flavors are flavors I like. None of them are so discordant one to the other that I can't conceive of them being together. So I might try it. All right, 9 o'clock, Watchdog Morning Show. ABC covers the world next. Next hour, we're going to talk COVID, and we're going to talk about Stephen Breyer's resignation with John Kilwine from WVU. It's all coming up right here.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
Ding, 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 ding. Just go and get... it's a good idea. You know what? That's actually a good idea. That might be kind of fun. I think that's a great idea, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Give that a try. Again, none of them sound so horrible that I couldn't try it. Like I said, it's not a broccoli burger, So, yeah, I would try them. I'm not sure how well the flavors would mix, but they might. I mean, I'm not sure. It's worth a try. Absolutely worth a try. Yep. All right, John Kilwine is supposed to call around...
the formal announcement today.
About 9:10, so I'm going to do one story before him, and then when he's on the line, we'll just go to him. And if he's not on the line right away, I may do one quick story and take a break before him just to get us caught up, but we'll see. But I'm going to do a Jeopardy story before Kilwine, and he said he would call. And I tried to explain to him, and I gave him the usual, you call in, and my producer in, and he says, "I know the drill." I said, "Okay, all right." Okay, that's fine. Glad you know the drill. All right, I think it's time for yet another cup of coffee. I'll be back in a minute.